Hey folks, and welcome to my 2024 Rhinebeck vlog. This has been my first Rhinebeck ever, and I couldn't wait to tell you all about it. I flew out of Frankfurt to Paris on Thursday. I had my handspun traveler shawl with me, and I was knitting on a self-striping sock by Tiny Human Knits that Laura kindly gifted to me. I was flying into Newark, where my friend Mia picked me up, since she does live in New Jersey, and we were driving up to a family cabin. Here I was watching all the surrounding towns of Rhinebeck on the monitor in the airplane already, and then finally saw Mia and ran to her. It was so amazing meeting her in person. I was just so happy to see my friend. We did drive up to the Catskill Mountains. I was very tired in the car, but we did a few rest stops, and the wonderful and beautiful just look outside of my window kept me going, as well as this very, very great chicken shack that we had. Yeah, I just had a great time arriving there. On the first night, we stayed up chatting and knitting for a while, and Mia had to attach the buttons to her Rhinebeck sweater, the book club cardigan. And then I fell into bed with all the anticipation and butterflies in my stomach, just thinking about the upcoming days. And I did have a good night's sleep. I slept like a rock. Next up, on Friday, obviously, we started our day with a coffee, got ready. I did wake up pretty much at 4:30 every day, but it wasn't too bad since I kind of stayed in both time zones, and so my jet lag going back actually wasn't too bad. We spent these mornings getting ready just like super slowly. We sipped our coffees, we watched some Gilmore Girls, we knitted, we chatted, we just took our time getting ready for these events, and I made sure to get a glimpse of the nature outside of the cabin every single morning, and I can tell you it was magical. Look at this. Look at the moon. Hi, welcome to day one of my Rhinebeck vlogs. I hope this is going to go well. I hope that I have enough time to film a bit, but obviously I'm prioritizing enjoying the moment. And whenever things happen, just kind of taking them in. But I also really wanted to film a vlog for you guys. I think that kind of watching vlogs about knitty events and like festivals, yarn festivals, is a great way of kind of vicariously living through those, but then also kind of making an informed decision on what that festival is going to be like, and if it's potentially something that you would also maybe want to plan in the future. That's at least how I really enjoy watching vlogs. I'm in my room right now, which is really lovely. I'm gonna try and set up this my gimbal so I can actually film a bit. It's still super dark outside. It's actually frosty, like I've just went onto the balcony, and the moon is out, and it's, yeah, like I said, it's not even 7 a.m. in the morning, but we're getting ready, and like I said, I've got jet lag, so I can't really do anything about it. And yeah, I'm just gonna see if this is going to work out. Is it going to work out? I hope it is. Let me see. Okay, so I hope that you can somehow see me. I wanted to share a few things that Mia brought for me from Flock. Very kindly, I gave her a few things that I would really love to buy and that I couldn't get since I wasn't there, and then a few things that I ordered to her house, which I did because shipping and customs can be really expensive to Germany from the US. And since I've got my wish list that I've been talking about last episode, I thought it might be a nice idea to get a few of these things. First of all, I'm wearing one of my wish list items that I
handmade by Lindsay from Hello Stella. This is a fishy, like I think she calls them fancy fish now. And she asked me what colors I wanted. She has kind of like slots open every once in a while, so you can get a custom fish ordered. She doesn't do them like, it's not open all the time, but I would always just suggest like following these makers on Instagram is what I do, and then I try to keep my eyes open. You do need to be patient sometimes for it to happen, but yeah, I loved mine. I told her that I loved oranges and teals, and I think she totally, yeah, she nailed it. I'm probably going to insert a few more close-ups, but yeah, I wanted to wear it as like kind of a charm, but then also she included some clasps so I could use it as like a progress marker. I just took them off, and yeah, we'll probably just store them in here so I can use them as progress marker later on if I don't want to wear it as a charm on my necklace. Lindsay was so kind to include a skein of yarn, a natural dyed yarn. This is a worsted 2-ply Canadian sheep wool, untreated, in a, I think she put in a card, so let's see. She wrote, "Thank you so much, Marlene. I hope you love your fish. I couldn't resist adding a skein of yarn. It's naturally dyed with walnuts," which I think is so cute. Best time at Rhinebeck, Lindsay. I think Lindsay mentioned that she also watched the podcast, so maybe that's why she kind of put in a little treat when I ordered my fish. But I really like this color too, so I'm very grateful. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And yeah, I've always wanted to try Hello Stella hand-dyed, naturally dyed yarn. But it's never been an option because she also, if I'm not mistaken, she's in Canada. Yeah. And shipping from Canada is sometimes not even a possibility, whereas in the US it's just expensive to Germany. A lot of makers from Canada can't offer shipping to Germany for some reason. I can't explain it very well, but yeah, I've talked to a few makers about this, and it's just a bit of a difficult thing. So yeah, Hello Stella, some gifted yarn, thank you so much. And then the fish marker that I bought, I ordered to come here. Maybe let's continue with, okay, so I'll continue with the stuff that I had ordered, and then I'm going to continue with the flock things. I also ordered a Cassie Newman Ceramics earring kit. I'm wearing one of them like a set right now, and then I've got a second one, so I'm going to show them to you like this. I hope this footage is usable. It isn't the best lighting situation. You're propped up on my bed, so I'm not sure. Okay, so Cassie Newman, been following them on Instagram for a while, and I love their quilt mugs. She does such amazing hand-thrown mugs that she then kind of carves in a lot of different motifs, but a lot of them are quilty, and you know how much I love mugs and how much I love quilt motifs. So yeah, because she didn't have any in store that I was like in love with at the time when I was looking, and I knew that I might want to get a mug while I was at Indie or at Rhinebeck in general, I thought, why not get some special earrings? And I really like the agua. It's like, I think I would say it's like a sagey agua color, the ones I'm wearing now. And then the ones I've got here have some like blue speckles and they are white, and they're ceramic, and I love them. And I'm really excited to be wearing mine during the weekend. And yeah, they came in a cute box, and with this card as well. So yeah, I ordered this for myself as well. I've been treating myself quite a bit, as you may tell from all these things. I've been working, yeah, quite hard the last couple of months, kind of meaning that I've tried a lot of new things, and I'd consider like going steps in my kind of work life that I'm proud of in a way, like setting boundaries, even though it's hard, and then kind of just feeling like I deserve nice things. I don't know. I know I don't need to justify myself, and I know that I'm always stating that I'm very, very much aware of my privileges that I do have, but yeah, I always feel, I don't know, I don't feel icky about hauls, but like I don't want to push all the money I've spent, like push it down someone's throat. So if this isn't your cup of tea, I'm going to put in marks, like chapter marks. If you don't want to see the haul bits, like the acquisition bits, you can just skip them. And yeah, I just enjoy watching other people's like hauls every once in a while. And obviously I don't do any like fast fashion hauls or whatever. This is all supporting small makers, and I just love that. Okay, something I've had on my wish list for so many months was a pennant, like a vintage pennant style, and I couldn't find one. So I didn't go with a vintage route. I went with something, I think the brand is called Benoit's Design Co. This is going to be crinkly for a second. So yeah, this has been in my Etsy wish list for the longest time, and I couldn't decide on what to put on it. I was thinking about putting something like Marlene Knits, like to put in the background of my videos, but then when this trip came up, I was like, this is perfect. The green and the white I just love, and then just it's saying Rhinebeck, I think will be one of the like kind of things I'll remember the trip by. And so this was on sale too in their Etsy shop, and so I got it shipped to Mia's house. And yeah, I just love the aesthetic, like the camping kind of retro vibes thing going on. And since we kind of have like kind of art gallery wall in our living room, or this could also, like I said, be in the background of my videos, like on the side where I've got like my drawer. Is it a drawer? Is it like my yarn cabinet? Yeah. So I really like this. I'm going to link all the shops. Like I said, everything I've paid for with my own money, except for the Hello Stella skein that I was gifted. Moving on to the stuff that I got at Vlog. I actually asked Mia to bring me a Vlog, what's that called? Sticker. And I had to cut off the Fiber Festival and the date. This one was from this year, and I didn't go this year, but they didn't have stickers last year when I went. But because this wasn't long enough and the sticker was like so long, I had to cut it off. Otherwise it was like it wasn't sticking to it, and I want this to last. So first of all, she brought me a sticker, and then I went for the Pairs Well with Friends American Rambouillet fiber from Little Fiber Co. I love this. I love the colors. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. Mia actually got the same color in a different base, and she let me pick which base I wanted, and I wanted the Rambouillet because I think the other base that she got is the Blueface Leicester, and that is a lot more readily available to me in Germany. But yeah, I love this. I really want to make a cowl with this colorway, maybe an Andramari cowl. Just love her cowls. Then I asked her to bring me some of the minis. Those are, if I'm not mistaken, both from the Seattle collection from Explore Knits and Fibers. I know that this is Snow Qualmy, but I'm not sure about this anymore, but it doesn't really matter. I really want to put them in my, not Stella, is it Stella? No, Sweet Shop blanket. I like them as like a dark kind of accent. And since I wasn't able to get a full skein last year at Flock, and I just love like a teal, like a dark petrol-y color any day, I really thought those two, and they weren't too expensive. Like I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a yarn festival. I wasn't even going to, like, I didn't want it to be, I also didn't want to send like a huge list to Mia to like shop for me. I wanted her to enjoy the festival just like without having to think about it too much. But she got me everything that I asked for. And yeah, like I said, I obviously paid her back. But yeah, I love these. And then lastly, if I'm not mistaken, I asked her to bring back some Hello Lavender stitch markers, and these are the this one was the Granny Square. When I saw this for the first time, I audibly gasped. I was like, this is so beautiful. She brought all three colorways and then she laid them out. I asked her which one she preferred the most. She chose the one, or she said that she liked the kind of like lavender and green one the most. I think it has some yellow in it as well. I love that one too, but I wanted her to have her first pick too, because like she was just so generous and like sharing her time going to get all these things for me. And then we are sharing with Cece, so the three of us have one stitch marker set. And I said that she should ask Cece like which one she preferred. And then also the one that Cece picked is like the greenish, like more neutral, like beigey green set, which everyone would like probably think that I would go for that as well. And that's actually why I went with this one. So in the end, we all chose one. I really like the like curry, like yellow and this and the blue and the pink. So I just wanted to go for something different. I want to put like, I like to add colors in my otherwise very like muted autumnal, like earthy tones wardrobe, like this, like with stitch markers, with accessories, with like little shawls and stuff like that, with earrings. So yeah, I went with this, and this is what it looks like. So I hope I was able to show you all the things. I feel so weird like doing a haul even before going to any of the Rhinebeck adjacent events. Like not having been to any of the actual events is crazy. Mia actually bought me a gift from Flock 2. We exchanged a few gifts yesterday. I brought her some things. The like Nordic Knits Lina magazine. She said that she really liked the look of that, and then a few like stitch markers, and I've written her a card like the one that I got. I had a local designer make for our yarn shop, the one I work at in Marburg, and she brought me, I'm just putting it on my hands because I love the smell of it. This is the Tuft Woolens Juicy Orange and Ginger Lanolin Rich Hand and Body Balm, and she brought this for me from Flock, and she has the same scent, and now we're matching, and I love it. I really want to get something from them, maybe like a wool wash when we're at Indy this morning. So yeah, this was so nice of her to bring me something. I didn't expect it at all. I wanted to bring her something, obviously, for hosting me and say thanks. But yeah, it's getting light outside. Actually, the sun is coming up. We're going to Phoenicia Diner this morning. I am so excited for it. I love a good diner breakfast. And yeah, I really wanted to go. And when I told Mia, she's like, oh, it's already on the list. It's like a staple. So we both had the same idea, but she's been many times. We want to get some breakfast. I hope this footage is somewhat usable. I really hope to take you along as far or as much as I can, but then again, I'm going to prioritize experiencing the weekend with Mia and all the friends that we're going to meet. But yeah, I'm gonna show you the outside, like the backyard. Like the nature is just so nice. When we drove up yesterday, it was magical already.
Cody was actually the first person I saw when we arrived at Indie Untangled, and I really liked the look of this little basket. Getting a little basket was on my wish list for this weekend, but unfortunately I just didn't want to grab the first one that I saw, since I knew that at Rhinebeck proper there were going to be a few vendors offering baskets, so I didn't get this one. And I didn't find another one that I really liked the entire weekend. So to me, that means I'll just have to come back next year and look again. What do you think? After grabbing brunch at Phoenicia Diner, we arrived about 45 minutes early at the venue at Indie Untangled, which meant that we were able to get our wristbands and sit in this beautiful tent and knit for a while waiting for our entrance. We went to the third building first, which was the one furthest away from the parking lots that we stayed in, and they actually had live music at one point, and I personally felt like I was at a Hobbit wedding. It was just amazing. We saw a few favorites here like Sassafras and Newburgh yarn and did our shopping. Hi Kim! I also saw Madison and her sisters pretty early on, which is so nice. And I found this beautiful print at the Murky Depth booth, which was from Carve Inc. I also met Sarah again from Sea Change Fiber Arts. We'd met earlier on at Flock last year, and I had bought one of her beautiful skeins and knit a tank top with it. We were walking in between the barns quite a bit, and then took the opportunity when a cart arrived and no one else was wanting to get in, and drove from the third to the first building with this lovely man who we were chatting to. The entire event was just so well organized, and I enjoyed my time there so much. We went to all the barns. Obviously, the weather was gorgeous, people were just so lovely, and the parking was great. Another thing I didn't get this time round because of, budget reasons, but I love the look of, was the Romney BFL in those beautiful orange and white colors from Plies and Hellhounds that I had on my wish list too. We then moved on to see Kira Wiggins, and I bought this wonderful bat, and actually met the grocery girls at the North Bay Fiber booth, where I got my Calm Down cardigan quantity. Is that a word? A cardigan quantity? You know what I mean, a sweater quantity. Love the look of all their yarns. we went back to the third barn that we actually started with, said hi to Kim again, and yeah, just marveled at all the beautiful products, yarns, tools, accessories, hand sewn items, hand dyed yarns that they had here. Mia was being a goof, obviously. We just had a great time at Indie. Honestly, I would highly recommend this event to anyone. We were in the second slot of the day. Look at this fabulous woman twirling around in her fabulous skirt. I love their display here. It was just so, I don't know, very lovingly made. We grabbed some sugary drinks to kind of keep our energy going right before sitting down for another couple of minutes to knit for a bit before driving into the town of Socrates, where we did some exploration, some resting, getting away from the yarn fumes and the shopping for a while before heading back to the next event at Cake Palooza, where we had the last spot booked. How did you like the event so far, Mia?
It's been great.
Yeah.
I'm having some sugar.
Yeah,
so that we don't
it's
die.
well needed.
And I've already done too much damage way too early, but
the wind on this sunny day was just amazing. It was just a cool breeze in the air, and still it felt like a summery day in autumn. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's honestly what it felt like. I had my first half lobster roll from Maine, and it was quite incredible. We had heard about a yarn shop that was also a tea shop, and then we had also heard about a bookshop that was also a coffee shop. We went around just exploring the town for a bit. We met with Sam of Samantha Garian Design. We grabbed a coffee, and I just looked at all the buildings and the books, and we just got a little breather in, honestly. I enjoyed my iced oat pumpkin latte and was chatting to Mia about everything we had experienced so far. We talked about everything that we were hoping for to see at Cake, and when we did arrive, I beelined for Golden Earth Designs. Hi, Sarah. We had actually parked the car close to the Perfect Blend yarn shop and walked there. I was so happy to see Sandy of By the Lakeside and then Martha of Tuft Woolens. Everything just smelled incredible at their booth. Obviously, we had to grab a sock soap and some hand cream. I found this I Am an Autumn sock set that I was looking for, and we explored for a while, but honestly, this is no shade to anyone who vended this event, but I was a bit underwhelmed. Obviously, I was really happy to grab the things that I had hoped to get, but there were no seating areas, no resting areas, and so we were in and out of the Cake Palooza event pretty quickly, to be honest. Honestly, it might have also been due to the fact that I wasn't really looking to buy hand-dyed yarn as much. I was already kind of anticipating the farm yarns that I hoped to find at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival the next day. So, like I said, no shade to the organizers. My one wish for maybe next year, if other people are going again, I'm not sure if I would go to Cake again. Honestly, I went for the 3 vendors that I was highlighting now, especially because I really wanted to see their products. I would just hope that the organizers would keep in mind that there might be a need for kind of actually sitting down, thinking about purchases, drinking something, and that was also one of, like, that is a major part of going to a Yarny event. So maybe they could improve on that for another year. Just driving around, knitting on my sock for a bit, and looking outside the window must have been one of my favorite part of the entire weekend. Those colors were amazing. Speaking about amazing, Mia cooked for us almost every night, and this quinoa halloumi, like oven baked vegetable dish was just amazing. Look at my face. I was so tired every single night. Like I was just falling asleep at the table almost. We found this fish beer and since I've got my fish tattoo, I needed to grab this beer too. We got some funny, I don't know, raccoon ale as well. So we just decided to grab some funny drinks and had a cozy night in with some home-cooked meal. Again, thank you so much, Mia, for hosting me. This was incredible, everything and more that I could have hoped for. We arrived at the fairgrounds about an hour after they had opened. The parking organization was incredible, honestly, and obviously I had to beeline for the Mabel booth. This was one of my priorities on my wish list, and I was so happy to meet Paige of Mabel and see her incredible sewing art. It was difficult to pick a few of my favorites, to be honest. I had a quick look at Matterroot, though I had already bought a bag of them beforehand, and so we went on to Sawkill, which was one of the local farms that I wanted to check out to grab some vest and sweater quantities. Then we went on to Bowlayer Orchards and spoke to the very kind people there, and I grabbed some roving. This is a Romdale CVM, and I can't wait to spin with it. Hi guys! We continued walking through the barns for a while. We had this kind of 2-hour slot dedicated to doing our kind of major wish list shopping. We watched the sheep and goat and llama parade for a while, and we're anticipating the leaping llamas on the second day already. We then went to Junction Fiber Mill, where I grabbed a hat and a skein for a hat. And then we ran into Chelsea. You guys, look who I found!
She was the first person I saw when I walked through the gates.
Reunited at last.
Amazing.
And Mia's with us. Hi. We're grabbing food now. We got all the must-have essentials, and Mia's husband is the best.
Yep.
And is bringing back our stuff to the car. That was a grammatically incorrect sentence, but I do not care.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, you should keep him. We'd actually planned on meeting up with Megan and Chelsea at 1 o'clock on the hill, but I was so happy that we ran into each other earlier so we could grab some lunch beforehand. I had some crab mac and cheese and an Arnold Palmer.
We ran into.
Hiya!
Hi.
What did you get?
I have
Oh,
a pound of Feeder Brook PFL roving that I'm going to spin into a probably 3-ply DK weight yarn and then knit into a cabled vest. And I'm really good at buying sweater quantities and not spinning for sweaters, but we'll see if this actually becomes a sweater sometime next year.
I'm gonna be here for the ride. I'm gonna follow this. Yay! While looking at some roving at the Feederbrook farm booth, I met Taji, which was super nice. And then in the fleece barn, I ran into Jess. So I just love running into fiber friends all over the place at these events. And even though I didn't grab a sweater spin roving quantity, because I couldn't really find a color that really spoke to me, I felt so happy when I finally got to meet everyone at the hill. I was so happy to meet up with Trisha from Yarn Jam, who's the dyer behind the Marlene Knits colorway that I spun up into my frames. Also, look at all the people. It was honestly amazing. I've never been to a space or place where so many people were wearing the exact same handmade item. It was a tiny bit overwhelming, I don't want to lie, but having my friends with me calmed me down so much, so it was fine.
So we're at the hill now. We did the picture. And
and I'm a bit overwhelmed. So Chelsea suggested to pick up a coffee.
I'm not wearing the Rhinebeck sweater, so I left for a picture and went to get coffee, and it was a good choice.
Very good friend. There's so many people here. It's like a cult, an Andrea Murray cult. Oh, this is Sarah. She spun the Marlene Knits colorway, and it's a traveler shawl. Oh my gosh. I started crying when she pulled it out. We've been chatting. Sarah's the cutest. Okay, now I'm gonna stop embarrassing you, putting you in the spot. Thanks so much.
Meeting so many fiber friends was honestly my favorite thing about the entire weekend. So to everyone who came up and said hi, everyone who said that they enjoy the podcast, you're the best. And I'm not saying that I cried, but I did cry at least a couple of times. So after kind of fleeing the hill, because it did get a bit overwhelming at some point, we came back because I really wanted to get a picture with Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi!
And I did.
Amy.
And right around that time, we also met Amy, and we just sat down. We grabbed a apple cider and a donut. We took some pictures. We just chatted. Some of us were knitting, and we just kind of ended our first day like this at the fairgrounds. I also met Madison again, and she handed me this hand-woven piece that I had asked her to make for me and my partner for our apartment.
By far the oldest lady here.
I'm just really excited that my new...
We'll come up through.
Yeah, come on. You haven't seen any animals, have you? Did you have a good day?
I had an amazing day. Did you have a good day? What did you
Might have been one of the best days of my life. Oh my god, I don't want to switch you up.
Did I smush you?
No, it's okay. But we'll be back tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
See
Well, we
some
gotta
jumping
say-
llamas.
Yeah. We gotta say bye to Chels. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be okay. See you tomorrow.
After leaving the fairgrounds on day one, we went into Rhinebeck Village. We checked out Samuel's sweet shop and just walked around for a while. I grabbed this merged t-shirt that said Rhinebeck on it, which was in the most perfect color, and I actually was able to grab a apple cider donut, which I wasn't able to at the fairgrounds on that day, so that was perfect. Mia had cooked a pumpkin soup while we were gone in a crock pot, and so it was almost ready to have when we arrived back home. And she made some incredible grilled cheese with that. In the morning, I made some breakfast, sandwiches, and we actually saw a deer while we were driving out to day one of the New York State Sheep and Wolf Festival. We walked around some of the barns and buildings that we hadn't been able to see on day one, and we just took it super slow on day two. We made sure to say good morning to all the sheep in the barns, and we also found this little baby. Look at him. Oh my god, he was so cute. I loved seeing all the animals. This was one of the aspects of Rhinebeck that really kind of elevated it in comparison to some of the other events I had been to within the last couple of years. We obviously had to make it to the Leaping Llamas contest midday on the Sunday, and honestly, I had no idea what kind of fan culture, this event had going on around it. Cheering on Little Goat and just seeing the joy in everyone's eyes and everyone cheering on these animals and humans, children and adults alike, it just brought tears to my eyes. It was such a joyful moment, such a communal moment, and I'll cherish it forever. Another spot I really loved going to was the museum barn. It was just a very calm space where you could see other people doing their craft, and it was very impressive in my opinion. I even got to make my own bookmark.
Okay. Do you want to make one as well? That's so cute.
So we looked at some more buttons and project bags, some potpourri for moth prevention that smelled divine. Barn 33 was honestly like yarn shopping in a sauna because it smelled so incredible. And then we got in line for the cider donuts. We waited till Sunday to get there since lines on Saturday were much longer. But even on Saturday, we didn't really wait in line for that long when we grabbed lunch. We grabbed lunch at 11:30, and even at the bathrooms, we just went to the smaller bathrooms that were located between the barns, so we never really waited in line for much longer than 5 minutes. We also checked out the book section in one of the buildings and possibly found one of my favorite booths right in the end, which was Holland Hoof Farms, where I found some incredible buttons and some Christmas ornaments.
I was just smiling.
Emily, hi. Hey.
We found Emily again, which was so lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see everyone that I had hoped to see because the event honestly was very widespread, but this is just one more reason for me to come back another year. I was very sad to leave in the end, but knowing that I would spend the night again chatting with Mia and looking through all the goodies that we grabbed, actually getting back into nature for a while was very much worth it, and I would do it all over again. On our last day, Mia and her husband invited me out to a very nice dinner at Pika Mouse. I say Pika Mouse, but I know it's Pika Moose. I just think Pika Mouse is
Thank you.
cuter. We had some incredible cocktails and a burger and really nice fries. And the next day, we went out for a walk before heading back into Jersey. Look at these leaves. Look at them. They're so beautiful. At this point, I did decide that I wanted to post the Rhinebeck haul separately since editing this video had also taken so long, but I did it because I loved it. So I'll see you next week for my Rhinebeck haul. Stay tuned. And thanks again to Mia for hosting me and making this one of my favorite weekends ever.